Hi guys, Greg Doyle here, Eat, Sleep, Boxing, Repeat. Fight I want to talk to you guys about this week is a bit of an unusual one for us guys in the boxing community, but it is what it is. It brings attraction, it brings publicity to the sport, it gets people talking, negative and positive. So why don't we have a wee chat about it this week, and we'll see if we can figure out which way it's going to go. I'm sure you've probably guessed by now, the fight that I'm talking about is between KSI and Logan Paul. Well, where do I start with this one, guys? It's a very, very interesting one in terms of it's two guys who have never fought as professionals before. The last time they competed with each other, they had the head guards on, which from experience, I've been an ex-amateur boxer myself, it doesn't take too much of the power away with the head guards on, let me tell you. It's a bit underrated, but they did have, I think it was quite heavier gloves on. I don't know if it was 14 or 16 ounces they had on, but the gloves were heavier. This time they do it for real. These guys have turned professional. It is with 10-ounce gloves on. It is with no head guards. This could be interesting because if you get two guys who are, I wouldn't say even relative novices, total novices, and they get a professional contract and they're fighting hell for leather with no head guards on and 10-ounce gloves. It's I laugh because you just do not know what's going to happen. It's very, very difficult to predict. I watched fight number 1 today, and I'm going to try and break it down as best I can. But as you can probably appreciate my position, it's very, very difficult because it's both these guys' professional debuts and it's a different game from the amateurs, isn't it? And effectively they fought under amateur rules the last time, albeit over 6 rounds. From what I gather from the first fight, the speed may just lie with KSI, the power. Both of them, I think, look like if they land flush, they've got a little bit of power there. Logan Paul's put on, from reports that I've read over the past couple of days, 25 pounds of muscle. So he's probably going to punch even harder than he did. And he did look like he packed a little bit of a punch. We can't be critical of two YouTubers fighting and say that they don't have something when they do. A footballer can have great power in their hands, but they just do football for a living. It's one of these things. We need to talk about the facts. And Logan Paul does look like he carries a bit of power, to be fair. But I can't even break the fight down in terms of give you guys examples of past fights or anything like that. So we really just need to go on fight 1. And fight 1 was a majority draw. If I have to put my hand out and make a judgment on that, I would say that I thought Logan Paul maybe just sneaked fight number 1. KSI had strong moments in the fight, and some of it was interesting. When you get a guy who's getting tired but he's ahead in a fight and someone's coming on strong, etc., it does make it interesting. But I'll very swiftly move on to prediction time because, as I say, we're very limited with what we know about these guys. We just know that it's a big card. We've got Devin Haney, we've got Billy Joe Saunders and things on the undercard, so there is some things for us hardcores to watch. But I'm going to go with a prediction. I'll tell you how I've came to it. And we'll just hope for the best on Saturday because I say it's a bit of a tricky one because we don't know an awful lot about both guys. From what I picked up in the first fight, KSI is a little bit wild. When he throws his shots, they are a bit erratic. Like, wow, and sometimes if you're fighting someone who knows their way around the ring, then they're going to badly punish you for that. Luckily for him, Logan Paul doesn't necessarily know his way around the ring because he's a novice. But from what I watched Logan Paul, he is quite sturdy. He does seem quite tense. But when he lets go that 1-2, it did make KSI look a little bit uncomfortable. So on that, and with putting the muscle mass on, I'm going to edge with Logan Paul on Saturday night. I think he could potentially stop KSI. Reason being is the head guards are off, 10-ounce gloves, and he did look like he punched pretty hard in the last fight, and he's now put on more muscle, which is only going to increase his power, his strength. It's a tricky one, but that's the way I'm going to go, guys. I can see KSI being too wary of Logan Paul's power, and I can see Logan Paul maybe outpointing him or winning by stoppage, maybe just round about the middle of the fight, if that's going to come. But my prediction to win on Saturday night is Logan Paul. So Logan Paul to beat KSI, either on a points victory or a potential stoppage round about the middle of the fight. My name's Gregory Doyle. I write for Eat, Sleep, Box and Repeat. You can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Check out our website as well. Thank you.